Hello again. This is me again. The first session was quite around the same topic, but different angles. In this session, I will be talking about the continuous data replication between any VMware environment that can be your on-premises to Azure VMware Solutions. My name is Adam Mazou. I'm a senior cloud tech evangelist working here for Pure Storage for around 3 years now. And I'm also being designated as a V expert this year, and hopefully I'm going to keep this title for the upcoming years. So to give you a bit of a high level, if you want to see the depth of this integration, you can join us tomorrow in our breakout session at 10:30. But the main core of this integration between Azure VMware Solution and pure software version of their flash array, we call that pure cloud block store, is that now you can decouple storage from compute. So you can scale your storage with pure storage software version array, and then you can provision VMFS data stores to your EVS cluster. This integration works as you deploy your EVS first, and then you deploy your cloud block store inside your subscription. Once you do that, you just need to connect the Azure VMware Solution to your VNet using the dedicated express route circuit. Once you do that, now you have connectivity between your VNet and your NSX or the VMware stack you have with Azure VMware Solution. All right. For us to make this integration, we had to go down into how we can execute any storage management operations against an EVS cluster. This needs root privileges. So what happened is, we worked with Azure to build some run commands or modules that can run command in Azure. It's just a collection of PowerShell commandlets that can enable a user to elevate their privileges to administrative or root. Right? So to do that, we work with them to build this Azure EVS Management VMFS generic module. But we take that module and we wrapped it with the PowerShell SDK. So we had it run command. We combined it with the Pure Storage PowerShell SDK plus some Power CLI from VMware, and we package it all down into the Pure Storage plugin OVA. So now, if you're aware of Pure Storage plugin OVA, we have different flavors. But we have the client plugin, but also now we have Cloud Manager. So you install OVA in your vCenter or EVS, and then you add this to your cluster. Once you had that, we have mainly 6 commandlets, but today I'm going to be focusing on the restore commandlet, so I can restore a VMFS data store, and also how can I remove a data store. The first thing you need to do here is I'm just going to access my OVA module, and I can just list the commandlets I have. If this is my first time deploying the infrastructure, both EVS and CBS, and I want to make sure that now CBS can provision and create new VMFS data stores to EVS, I just need to go and build BCBS cluster, which makes sure that you have configured all the storage, the target, the initiator. Now you can continue and creating new data stores, restore a data store. So let's get into a scenario here. I have an on-premises on let's say in Barcelona, and now I want to migrate or replicate or protect some workloads to Azure VMware Solution. So this is where is the start. I haven't configured anything. I have my flash array that on-premises. I have a data store there that is representing a couple of VMs. The first thing I want to do, I want to go and configure my continuous data replication. We call that ActiveDR. So you go to ActiveDR. ActiveDR is a near zero RPO, means that it's continuously sending data from source to destination. And to configure it, it's mainly 3 steps. 1, you put your volumes into a pod. A pod is a consistency group. Then you go and select that pod, make sure that it has a replica link to the destination. And after that, you create a new pod in the destination or the target. So now you can see that here my local pod is replicating data to the source. So this is my target, my CBS environment. As I mentioned, pure CBS is the software version of the flash array. I go to ActiveDR, I can see now the direction is back, right? and means that now this is my remote pod from my on premises. I said in Barcelona, and now it's going. The direction goes to my demoted pod. I'm gonna wait for a second here because now it's baselining. Once it finishes, it now means that I really pushed all the data to my target, and now it's replicating, and the lag is 1 second. Sorry, I missed that one there. All right, yeah, the lag, as you see here, 1 second, means that now the differences between source and destination is just 1 second. All right, the next thing I want to do here, so this is my healthy state of my environment. What if I want to test this, right? What if I want to test this replication, or test my VMs if they can be filled over to my target? The first thing I want to do, very easy, 3 steps. Promote my target pod because now it's demoted. Demoted pod means that it only can be read-only access, cannot read and write from it. So the first thing I want to promote the pod, then restore, run the restore command from the commandlets I've shown you. Running the restore command is a couple of things. I want to just know the cluster name of my EVS cloud name as well, the private cloud name, and the target pod. So I need to put down here the target pod I've got from the previous command. And once I have that, as simple as this, I can go now to my EVS, find my restored. My restore VM will have this suffix, and now I can just go and register my VMs. That's how I can test the failover. All right. So I just show you here a couple of demos how I did that. So the first thing, as I mentioned, I demoted, I promoted a pod. That pod has even one volume VMFS or multiple VMFSs. The next thing, I want to go now to restore. So as I mentioned earlier, the restore is part of the burestorage.cbs.avs command and restore. And I'm just going to wait for a couple of minutes to run that restore. And once the restoration is finished, I will see now that I have this VMFS volume attached to my AVS cluster. Right, so this is my AVS cluster. As you can see, I search for snap, and this is my snap. I click on it, and then I go to files. Let's register my VM, my test VM here. I can see my test VM is already there. And as simple as this, you register, and then once you power it on, VMware is going to tell you, hey, you copied it, you moved it, you decide then, right? All right. So this is how I can test the failover. What if I want to clean up the test now? ActiveDR has this all embedded in how we actually thought about building a disaster recovery solution, right? So to do that, what I need to do is, just to give you the state of my visualization here. So now I have my VM already testing in Azure on top of Azure VMware Solution, right? The next thing I want to do is I finished testing. I want to clean up everything I have done. I just need to go similar steps but backwards. I power off and unregister the VMs. I run the remove command from the Pure Storage CBS EVS commandlets, and then I demo the target pod. Okay, here I already removed the cluster, removed the data store from the cluster too, and then I demoted it. As simple as this. And if I, if I go to Azure now, I search for snap, it's not there anymore. So now I finished my cleanup. This is just to make sure that ActiveDR has all of these functions embedded in how it works, right? So you can test the failover by promoting one side only. Let me just go back for a second here. So you can test the failover by only promoting one side without affecting the source. So if you do that, the source keeps sending the data, right? Once you demote this, the direction of is going to continue, and then what you need, and it's going to bring up the latest data from the source. If you really want to fail over, or you have a planned or unplanned failover, or something happened to the source, means that you just need to promote, and you will see the latest data there, right? And if you want to reprotect, you just need to reverse this to demoted, and now the direction will be going the reverse. And all of this just with executing 3 commands to do all of this workflow. All right, I'm almost on time, but just to give you 3 things to remember out of this session, right? The first thing is with Azure VMware Solution with ActiveDR, now you can protect your mission-critical workloads. With near zero, you can, as you saw that the lag between both was just 1 second. Second thing is ActiveDR, setting up ActiveDR or the continuous data replication engine we have with Pure Storage is as simple as create the bot from in the source. Second, move the bot move the volumes to a bot, and then set up the replication link. Last thing is you can have the ActiveDR has everything in one command, right? So you can test, failover, reprotect, everything all together. Again, this is a segue where you can reach out to me if you want to ask any questions. There's a LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever you're going to call it, X now. And also tomorrow I will be talking, me and Cody Hosterman, in a breakout session about the whole integrations. We're going to deep dive into how it really works, why it means, why we have done it in the first place. And also tomorrow I'm going to be doing another session here in VMTN about PowerShell SDK for vVol, backup PowerShell SDKs for vVol-based Windows environments. I will be joined by Tony and Mark, some non-made-up characters I've made. And thank you so much for your time here, and hope to see you tomorrow.